What's up, Trad Nation?
This is Breaking Trad.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Trad. I'm Alan.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Brittany.
Everybody's gung-ho and ready to go tonight, ain't we?
Yep.
Oh, it's raining. It's making me sleepy.
Yeah, the rain's coming in. It's pouring down there. They're talking about 2 inches of rain in the next, I don't know what, 24 to 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Did you guys have fun this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Always.
Yeah?
Lots.
Yeah. Every time I got a bow in my hand, I'm having a good time.
How about you, Alan? Did you have a good time this
I had an
weekend?
exceptional time this weekend. Thanks for asking, Brittany. I really
You're
appreciate that.
Only lost a couple toes to frostbite, but it
Yeah.
Yeah, it went from 80 degrees to 20 in 12 hours.
It was insane.
It was. There
It
was.
was. I think it was less than 12 hours because when we went to bed,
Mhm.
we still had the air on.
Really?
Yeah.
Bet you were freezing when you woke up.
No, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I was like, it's kind of chilly in here. So I turned the heat on.
And then there's snow on the tops of the tables.
Yeah. A little
Try-
bit. Just a little bit.
It was water when I saw it.
There's apparently
really?
2 inches of snow here. So
There was 2 inches here.
that's what Kayla said.
Kayla
That's
said there was a
insane.
lot.
Wow.
Told y'all we were missing it. We went south and we missed it.
Yeah, we did say that.
Well, I know everybody had a good time, and but with the schedule and the kind of the way the schedule's going and everything, we're going to be kind of hitting everything, including this weekend. I'm super excited, and we're all headed to Kentucky Trad Fest, right?
We
We
are.
will be.
Yeah. Well, so with that being said, let's introduce our guests. On the phone, we have Randy Grider, the president of Kentucky Traditional Bow Hunters Association. Randy, how are you, man?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Looking forward to this weekend.
Well, yeah. I assume you mean April 1st, 2nd, 3rd?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yes, sir. Well, okay. So I know that's a little confusing. So when this episode airs, it will be this weekend.
Oh.
For that
All right.
weekend.
We are time travelers and
Right.
we are talking about the future.
So it's confusing for me too. I get confused every time. So I kind of got to step it together or put it together and everything. But yeah. So April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we've got the Kentucky Trad Fest.
That's
And
right.
Pretty stoked. What kind of tell us a little bit about it? Kind of give us an idea of what's going on and what we can expect when we get there.
Well, Kentucky Trad Fest is it stands for Kentucky Traditional Festival, an abbreviation of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what it basically is a gathering of like-minded people. We camp out all weekend, and not everybody, but you can. We have primitive camping, and we've got 2 20-target 3D courses. You have the option of shooting a competition at a slightly higher rate, and or just shoot for fun all weekend, which is what a lot of people do.
Right.
But yeah, we got that, and then we've got a 10-target smoker round, which is you go into the course with 1 arrow, and the shots are set up as brush shots and very difficult, hard to shoot.
Yeah.
And if you break your arrow, you're done.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We just experienced one of those.
Well, can you continue as long as you can continue to shoot your arrow out of the bow?
As long as you can find your arrow or not tear it up so bad you can't shoot it, yeah, you can go to that. And we have a fellow actually from Alabama, John Sullins is his name. That's
Hey,
like
shout
my favorite
out.
thing.
That's
Yeah, that's my favorite thing about it.
that's one of
Well,
our
he
that's our
usually
good
wins.
buddy.
It usually wins it.
Really?
We also on Saturday we have it's called the American Round, and what that's comprised of, we set 4-foot target butts. I think the bullseye on them's 9 inches, but rings going out to 4 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And you start at 60 yards, and you shoot 6 arrows at a time. You do 5 ends of 6 arrows.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot 30 arrows at 60, then you move up to 50, you shoot 30 more, you move up to 30 and shoot 30 more. And this is just it's the old version of what they call the 900 round now, but we scored a little different. We scored like they did back in the 1800s when Pope and Young, or not Pope and Young, the Thompson brothers. Well, Pope and Young would have shot it too later in the early part of the 19th century.
I got you.
That's awesome.
Is it like a novelty shoot, or is it like a?
Well, it's a competition in itself. It starts. We start it. Well, I think it's around 2:00, 2 in the afternoon. You know, it takes a couple hours to shoot it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have some other little novelties. We usually do aerials where we launch disc and you shoot flues at them, and then we have
do that in the front yard.
Excuse me.
I said we actually do that in the front yard. We gotta
So what she's saying is we're practiced up and ready to go.
It's very humbling, that's for sure.
It's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if I've ever actually hit one. And I have clipped one before.
We did lose an arrow in the tree, though.
Yeah, we shot a few in the tree.
There's a trick to it. I've just not figured it out yet.
There's got to be something.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I know. So, can you tell me, like, how long have you been the president of Kentucky Traditional Bow Hunters Association?
Well, I've been a member. Let me just give you a brief history. We Kentucky KTBA was formed, and I'm not 100% sure on this date because I couldn't get a hold of the guy that would know, but I think it was around 1989, and it just came about as a lot of bow hunters, you know, compounds were in their craze then, and they were getting more and more technical, and it's just a group of guys that decided enough was enough, and they wanted to go back to the simpler way, and so they started Kentucky Traditional Bow Hunters Association.
I got you.
And they had some pretty good gatherings, and I don't know, from neglect or what do you want to call it, they kind of died out, and I did get a hold of the current president, and they were pretty much inactive, and we did set up a little shoot, and then to try to get it going, by this point I was into traditional archery, and we just moved the shoot to my farm, and it kind of picked up from there a little at a time, you know.
Well, it's one of the probably more well-known shoots as far as like around in the community. You hear a lot. Like I spoke to Jim the other day, and I was like, "When's the next time I'm going to be able to see you, man?" He goes, "Oh, you'll see me in Kentucky, you know." And then you hear people go, "Well, where are you headed to next?" Well, we're headed to Kentucky, you know, for the Trad Fest.
We've been hearing about it for years. People telling us we needed to make it up there.
Along with other shoots, it's just, you know, the way the schedule works. We kind of this year we went in full blast gung ho and just committed ourselves to making it to a lot of the shoots that we don't get to attend on a regular basis, and yours being one of them for sure.
Well, there used to be a club in Kentucky, and they put on what they called the Kentucky Classic many years ago. I don't know when it started, but actually the Tennessee Classic, Mark Baggett that runs it, he kind of named his shoot after the Kentucky Classic. It was long before the Tennessee Classic, but they did that for several years, and I guess they weren't getting fresh membership or something. And the guy in charge said, "Well, we're all getting old, and we're tired of doing it." So 2010 was their last shoot, and that's when our club decided, well, Kentucky needs a big state shoot. So we decided to go with that, and we had the first one in 2011 when we had the first Trad Fest.
Okay, that was something that we would talked about yesterday when I as far as like when the first shoot had started. So it started in 2011, and we're going on 2020 now. So it's evident. I mean, it's obviously done well enough to continue for the last 20 years, you know, or 21 years.
11, right?
11.
Yeah,
Yeah, 11. What's wrong with me?
well,
My numbers are off. I told you my head was somewhere else. I apologize.
this would be the 11th one, but 2020, COVID kind of took us out, and they
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
let us put the shoot on. So
Mm.
Hey, 10's a
I
good
don't
number
know.
too.
I don't know if we can call it the 11th or the 10th. I don't know.
Call it the 11th. There you go.
Yeah, we'll call it whatever you want to call
That sounds
Bigger and
good.
better than ever.
it.
Well,
No, I tell you, the first year we had it, we kind of dove into it like in the fall,
mhm.
because I would always contact the guy at the Kentucky Classic and make sure the dates to take vacation. He said, "Well, we're not going to do it." So we jumped into it late in the fall, and I mean, it's a daunting task really to try to set something like up, especially the first time. I mean, we've done it so much now.
It's like
Everybody,
clockwork. Yeah.
yeah, everybody's got their little niche they take care of, and
Right.
I mean, we just got a great crew there at the club, and they honestly, I probably do less than anybody.
Well, you got the golden finger, don't you?
Well, I don't know what it is. I think they pick the guy that misbehaves the most and make the president out of him. That's what they do.
That's how they know it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Probably president for life if that's the case.
Well,
I've offered multiple times to give it up, and somebody step up, and they won't hear of it. So
We must be doing a good job.
I don't know about that.
well, for it to go on for what you stepped in, you said in 2010.
2011 was our first Trad Fest. We probably.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, as far as president, you stepped into the
Oh
presidency.
yes. That fall when I suggested it, then everybody suggested, well, maybe you need to be president, and we had an impromptu election, and I lost, I guess you could say.
Well, I mean, putting it on for 11 years or 10 years, however you want to consider, or how anybody else would consider it, I think that it's pretty solid. It's got a solid foundation. It's ready to go.
Yeah, well, we don't. I traveled to a lot of big shoots, and I'm surprised the amount of people that don't know about us.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we kind of got a following, and you pretty much see the same faces out here, and we'd like to see some new faces, of course.
Absolutely.
But we have a lot of fun just like it is. So we used to put a ad in the traditional bow hunter every year,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, the year of COVID, we placed that ad and then couldn't have the shoot. We lost. It's not cheap to advertise from these magazines. So
Right.
mostly we just tried to spread it by word of mouth on the leather wall and trad gangs, places like that.
Yeah.
Understood.
I don't know. People are kind of tight-lipped, I guess. They don't get horning in on their fun, I guess.
I know.
My
Keeping
motto
it
is
all to themselves.
more the merrier, right?
Well, that's the way I see it. Yeah, we've got room, and we've not got a bad problem with the courses getting backed up. Of course, like some of these shoots I've been to can get pretty hectic.
Right.
It's pretty smooth running. I mean, it seems like everybody's all smiles, and we do have competitors.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that travel from out of state because they want that. They like to get that trophy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But
right.
majority of them are just there to have a good time and socialize and camp, shop. I mean, we have several vendors, and Big Jim being the biggest one, of course, he can get you pretty much anything you need. So
Yeah.
Right. Well, so how exactly did you get into the sport of traditional archery?
Well, years ago, it would have been in the early '90s. I started working in a factory. I used to farm full time. I used to dairy farm, and it wasn't working out too good. So I went to the factory, and then I don't know. I got to talking to a guy, and I made friends with this one fella, and he said something about the Kentucky Classic, and we both got fired up and went to it that year. And another guy there at work, he got to talking about it some. I wound up buying a bow off of him, and it's just progressed or degressed, whatever you want. Now I got a wall full of bows down there in my man cave.
Right.
Several $1,000s later.
I feel that. Like you can't stop. I know how it goes.
I consider it
Well,
progression, but I guess
Yeah.
from another perspective, it'd be like you're spending all your money on bows.
yeah, I guess there's worse things to spend it on.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but I'll tell you what, the beauty of this sport is a person doesn't have to spend a lot of money to get in it. I know people that build their own bows and arrows and just spend pennies. Really, they
Right.
put a lot of time and effort in it. But yeah, you can get an old used bow on eBay for $100 that'll shoot targets and shoot deer both. And
Oh yeah.
Right.
really, to spend more is just to kind of spoil yourself, which is
Yeah.
fine too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I actually bought a little recurve the other day off a fella that he had it at half price, $40, and I put a string on it and sold it to a friend for what I had in it, and he's just all excited about getting into it. And it was a good shooting little bow, and that boy, he can have a lot of fun out of that for
yeah.
Wow.
very little money,
I mean, $40. You've
Right?
pretty much given him a hobby for his life. Like for a
Yeah,
lifetime.
absolutely,
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
my daughter was still shooting the bow that my cousin shot, and even when we first got back into it, our oldest son Colby, he was shooting the bow that I shot as a kid.
Hmm.
I
Oh yeah,
mean, that bow, me and all of my cousins when growing up, is the same recurve that we shot, and then yeah, I mean they'll last you. You take a little care of them. It wasn't
And
nothing fancy, just a stick and string.
and just
right.
to reiterate on top of that, we so he was shooting that bow, and we would go into these shoots, and we were sitting at a shoot, and Amanda by far is the luckiest individual you'll ever meet in your life. But so she bought some raffle tickets, and she already had, I don't know what I think she won either a Northern Mist or a Black Widow, and
Is
then
that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean both of which she has won through a $20 raffle, by the way. But she again won what was it, a bear Kodiak, or no, yeah, bear Kodiak or something, or
Yeah.
Colby won it
Colby won a bear Kodiak, and Asher won a bear Montana.
off the tickets that Amanda
That's
purchased.
awesome.
And the
That's
boy
great.
started bawling, sitting there like he
Oh
he
my
took the
gosh,
bow
yeah.
bawling.
Yeah, he still got that bow.
Yeah, that bow's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just the opposite. I'm probably the unluckiest guy in the world. It's no telling what I've spent on raffle tickets. But in the years of doing that, I have actually won 2 bows.
Yeah.
I
And
hear you.
That's
the great thing
awesome.
about it, one of them was one that a friend of mine. I have 2 friends that are bowyers
Hmm.
that come to our shoots, and they each build a bow every year and donate for a fundraiser for NASP.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was gonna we was gonna get into that, but go ahead since you've segued in.
Yep.
Go for it.
Well, and we do that every year. All right, let me back up a little bit here.
All right, all right.
About 2005, we had a family that was coming to shoot with us a lot, and the boy, I'd say boy, he was probably 19 or 20
Hmm.
when the accident happened, but he got killed on a motorcycle wreck, and
Mm.
so we decided to have a memorial shoot for him every year in August, and the proceeds would go towards National Archery in Schools program. So over the years, since 2005, every year people bring items in and we raffle them and we raise money,
Mhm.
and then we pick a school in need of equipment and we donate money to them, and that's probably one of the prouder things that, as a club, I think that we've done. I mean, the Trad Fest is a great shoot, but
Right.
we call it the Tyler Roberts shoot. That's the name of the young
Hang on.
boy.
I want to
We love
reiterate. Did you say Tyler Roberts?
Tyler Roberts. That's
Tyler
right.
Roberts shoots. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And we used to always raffle and draw for the bows
Mhm.
at that shoot, but we got to where we were having such a good turnout at the Trad Fest
Mhm.
that we switched it to we do the raffle and drawing for the bows at the Trad Fest, and it just brings in a lot more money,
Yeah.
I got you.
and it's for a good cause. So we wanted to see it
Oh,
It
that's
goes
do better.
back.
awesome.
It goes back to the National Archery in Schools program.
Yes, sir.
I
But
hear.
the proceeds off that and the donated items at the Tyler shoot.
Okay.
We used to actually donate the shoot fees and everything from the shoot, but we had to. The price of targets, what it is, and everything.
hmm
We kind of operate on a shoestring, and we, pretty much all we get, we put right back into targets,
Right.
and we don't just sit on a lot of money. We try to keep it spent up, and it's not too hard to do. But I will say, I've traveled around the country to a lot of these big shoots, and we've got one of the best, if not the best, set of targets that I've seen from my personal travelings.
I hear you.
We've got pretty much all Reinhardt targets, and we've got some nice, really big targets.
Well, we've never been, but we definitely look forward to
I
it.
know. I'm
Mhm.
excited about it. Brittany's. I know she's sitting there thinking, do you have a Bigfoot target? I could see it on
That's
her.
the one thing, Brittany, you're on taste with me. That's the one target I've been wanting to get, and I can't. We got. I can't talk my target setters into it. We've got a life size moose, and we've got a caribou, and we've got a couple of elk,
Oh yeah.
and let's see, we've got it's called a red stag. It's a really big target.
Mhm.
I don't. We got some pretty good sized bears, African lion,
Oh, I
and
like a lion.
yeah, buffalo. They can be a handful when you go to set. And that moose is a beast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen a buffalo
Hey,
in forever.
one,
There used to be one somewhere we would go. But I can't remember where it was at. That
um,
thing's huge too.
let's see, Terry Harris, I think, has
That was it. Terry used to have one.
yeah.
A
The
buffalo.
buffalo. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, Randy Grider, the president, will win out on this.
Well,
We'll
we've got your back. We'll back you up.
man, they are so expensive.
Oh,
But
I
the thing
can.
about those big targets, you shoot them forever. I mean, they last forever.
Yeah.
So if
Shoot
you're
those targets.
listening and you're part of the Kentucky Trad Bow Hunters Association, let's move those assets around so that we can get that
Yeah,
big.
I need to just flex my presidential muscle or something, don't I?
Yeah.
Right.
What
I get voted out, and it's always by the guys that set targets.
Yeah, they're like, we're not hauling that thing
Run-
I
around.
don't think
you could just
so.
sign your executive order and call it. This is what it
Yeah,
is.
let me, don't someday. I don't know. We got several new targets the other day, just getting ready for this big shoot,
Right.
and it, like everything else, man, they have skyrocketed. I've already, I think we're going to consider maybe raising the shoot fees a little bit next year because
Yeah,
Everything's
tough.
raising, and nobody holds it against you, I'm sure, because how
Well-
else you can't live unless you. I mean,
you can't do this shoot for everybody to enjoy without having the funds to back it.
right.
Well, we've kept it cheap for a long. I mean, an adult can come to our shoot and shoot the competition. It costs $30 to shoot a 40 target course, and once you turn your scorecard in for your competition, you can shoot it the rest of the weekend as many times as you want. So, $30 for unlimited shooting for 3 days, I think is a pretty good. $10 a day, that's a pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
That's a pretty great deal.
That's not bad at
I
all.
mean, we're talking about maybe upping it $5.
Yeah, which is understandable.
I mean, I'm sure everybody at this point understands. I want to back up a little bit, Randy. So
Okay.
you had mentioned the Tyler Roberts, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the name, Tyler Roberts benefit, where you had donated some funds from raffled bows back into NAS, National Archery in Schools program, right? But
Well, it wasn't just bows. I mean, other people's donated a lot of things over the years.
yeah.
Of course.
All kinds of little items. But
Yes, sir. But I want to ask about how not only that you've donated the funds from the Tyler Roberts, but how you've instituted NASP and other schools and that didn't necessarily have that.
Well, he actually is the secretary treasurer of the club. He was very active in NASP. His kids were in NASP. Of course, they're grown. school, but
Mhm.
he still helped. He used to coach, be the head coach, and I'm not sure that he isn't still a coach, but he gets wind of these schools that are without and wanting, but don't have the funds, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of times we'll just come up with some supplies they might need, new arrows, tabs, or
Right.
whatever, targets. But there's been a few cases where they had a starter kit for schools, and of
Mhm.
course this is back when we first started doing this 15 years ago. But it was like, seemed to me like it was $2,200, and it got so many bows and so many targets and so many arrows and all that. And we
Mhm.
actually funded a couple schools uh, from the get go, with nothing to in the NAF program,
I got you.
and those schools are still in it, and
Still running it.
that's great,
Bringing up the next generation of archers. Yeah.
right? And the thing at our shoots, we always, I mean, even at the Trad Fest, 12 to 17, it's $5 for the weekend, and
Okay.
under 12 is $2 a head for the weekend. So we're not even trying to make money on the kids. We're just trying to get kids into
Involved.
sport.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
And we're really not trying to fleece anybody, We just want to see people come and shoot.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
this sport has grown a whole lot since I got into it back in the '90s. Of
Really.
course, it's still a small fraction of the compound world and all, but
Yeah.
Right. We just got to get them numbers up.
We're
well,
trying.
yeah. Some people don't want to go the hard way.
No.
Some
But
people like the easy way. That's
no.
Right.
how.
It's not super hard, and it's more about how the fun we have, the fun you get to have,
Right.
and the
Right.
friends you get to make through it.
Right.
Well, and that's why I go to these out of state shoots, because I always wind up making friends. I always
Oh
wind up
yeah.
camping with somebody. And I mean, I went to one in Michigan last or 3 summers ago,
Mhm.
and took my nephew up there, and this guy pulls up to camp beside us, and he's got an old uh, like a pop up. It was a hard shell camper, but it raised up. Well, he was cranking it up, and the cables broke or something. And
Mm.
he had 2 little kids with him, and he was in a bind. And
Jeez.
we ran over and helped him. We got it. We actually manually lifted that thing up
Whew.
and got some 2x4s wedged under the posts on it and everything where it would stay up. And,
Yeah.
the guy made us eat the custom made knife and sent to us.
Oh
Wow, that's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah. And I
That's
mean,
Very cool.
we made a friend. Made a
Right.
friend pretty quick. We spent the weekend around the campfire with him and eating and just telling stories, and
I know.
it,
Well, see, I love shooting my bow. I love being out there in the woods and just having it's just being me and the target, right? I dig that. And
right.
I think I can speak for everybody else. They dig that as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is even still when I'm trying to influence somebody to come to these shoots, I've said it a million times. And this is probably a million and one or million and two, but it's 90% camaraderie. It's
Oh,
90% out there having a good time and being around the people that you miss during the winter times, you know what I mean? And enjoy hanging
right.
out with. But then you got 10% of shooting bows. So it's kind of like a win-win all the way around,
Look,
you know?
we go buy groceries every time before we go to a shoot, and half the time we don't even get to cook our food because everybody else is like, "Y'all come eat,
I tell
come
you,
come get you a
Oh,
bowl." You know
I
they
tell you one thing, I've had the best gumbo I've ever had in my life.
shout out to Amanda and
well,
Steve.
Yeah.
now that you mention that, at the Trad Fest, we'll have on Saturday night. We always have a starting at 6 p.m. on
Mhm.
Saturday night. We have a potluck feast.
Oh, awesome.
Everybody, well, not everybody, because a lot of people camping. It's hard to do, but
Right.
a whole lot of people will bring a dish, and we have a campfire cook-off. And my best friend, that actually, his name's Kevin Brown. He makes the Hurway bows. Uh,
Okay.
he donates a bow every year for NAS. He donates $100 for, he calls them trad bucks, because he wants you to spend the $100 with the vendors at the
Oh
shoot,
yeah.
Yeah.
and that's it helps everybody. That's good
Right.
for everybody.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
But if your dish, everybody will put a number on their dish, and whoever gets the most votes on their dish
You guys
gets
listening to this?
Yeah, I'm
I
ready.
know we're writing down. We're coming with a good dish. Me and Brittany are planning.
We're planning.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I got 2 of those plaques in there on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought you said you didn't mean to brag.
You just knocked yourself out.
It's just a little humble bragging. There's nothing wrong with that.
So now we know how bragging camp's going.
You know what I did? I brought back straps off a deer in, and I didn't even cook them. My buddy, I got busy doing something. He said, "I'll grill those for you." And he threw them out, and they were good, no doubt about it. But everybody said anybody that would volunteer their back straps deserves to win this cook off.
Right.
Right.
So I got a couple plaques there, and I'm not bragging.
Right, I got you. I'm with you.
Not bragging.
So what you're saying is we better come with it. Is that what you're saying? Like if you're
You better
coming,
bring
you,
ours.
Said you better bring it.
Bring it on.
Well, Randy, this was awesome, man. So we I think we're down to about 29 and a half minutes, something like that.
31.
31 minutes. And so about this time is when we kind of, move over into the shoots that we have allocated for the month and
Yep.
discuss those. So,
I have one more question.
oh, please,
wait,
by all
Brittany.
means.
I just need to know what kind of numbers we're looking at so Amanda and I can prepare properly for our,
You know, we have.
our bring it.
It doesn't. It doesn't seem to matter. We've had some of the most horrible weather. Of course, the best weather we ever had was the year they canceled us for COVID. It was beautiful all weekend.
Jeez.
But we generally have 250 to 300 that register to shoot the course.
Okay.
So
Now, of
you're
course,
you're cooking for 250 to 300.
well, everybody
Everybody don't come to
comes
eat,
to
but
cook-off. Yeah.
and I'm looking at the projected weather for that weekend so that we can plan accordingly attire. But we're looking at like 57 to 69. So 57, 59 Friday and Saturday and 69 on Sunday. Projected.
Oh, I hope that holds. But
I
I'm
hope so
forbidden.
too.
I'm forbidden by my vice president to speak of the weather because I did that one year and it kind of.
Oh, well, don't do it.
Yeah.
We had t-shirt weather on Friday and snow on the ground Saturday.
Oh,
That
That's
is
exactly-
exactly what we
weekend.
just had.
I think that's
We
passed.
shot
So
right on.
hopefully
We
we're
shot
good to
right
go.
on.
Oh,
Still had a good time.
it was 76 Friday, and we woke up in the 20s and had to go back out.
Yep.
We all got the sniffles and coughing.
Yeah.
It got us.
Wind burnt everything.
My face
Yes.
is so chapped. wind
Well,
chapped.
Let's pray for some global warming first, second. third.
Definitely.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Well, all right, Randy. So again, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on the show. And thank you for putting on such an epic shoot each year.
I'm excited about all the fun stuff.
Me-
The
me-
novelty stuff too. Sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Well, I really appreciate you having me and what you're doing for us, getting the word out. And my hats off to Terry Harris too. He's done a lot for us.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of setting stuff with us. And
I think.
We love Terry.
Yep, Terry's done a lot for everybody, man. He's
for years, he's had a shoot schedule, the big shoots, and he's always put us on there. He stays in touch with me every year. He's a super nice guy. He's done a lot for archery, and I can't say enough about Terry.
We might
Oh,
see if we can't load him up and bring him with us.
Yeah.
Alan.
He has been there, but I understand. It's a long ways for him.
right.
I'll be at his shoot this June if I
Oh,
can.
good.
And we'll be there as well.
Yep, we will
Yeah.
be there.
Well, that's good. Look
Well,
me up.
I will.
Alright.
I'll probably be up there at the table, man. We'll get it figured out. Maybe we can get
you
around
go.
then this weekend, or this weekend, or that weekend, whichever.
Yeah, probably that weekend. He won't be so busy. Like,
Right.
I'm sure he's usually running around like
Right.
crazy this weekend.
All right,
Well,
buddy.
You look me up when you get there. Yeah, we'll try to get together and do something.
All right,
Sounds
then.
good.
Sounds good. All right, Randy. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we've reached the part of our podcast where we're going to list off the up and coming shoots for this month. Of course, we want to first mention the Kentucky Trad Fest, hosted by Kentucky Traditional Bow Hunters in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. That will be for adults $30 per competition round, $25 for fun shoot. Youth 13 to 17 will be $5. Kids 12 and under are only $2. Your shoot fee includes unlimited rounds, but of course your competition round will be that first round. You must score that one. Of course, only traditional archery equipment. They are going to let NASP equipment acceptable for 17 and under. They will shoot in their own class. Let's see, they have a whole list of events that are going on. Lots of fun rounds. Sorry, my eyes were really bad. But they're gonna have a smoker round. They've got vendors. Lots and lots of extras. They are gonna have. Randy wanted me to make sure to mention that they're gonna have Keith Sire. He's from season 7 of Alone. He's a Kentucky native. Is going to be their guest speaker on Saturday night. So make sure you're there for that. I'm sure it'll be really interesting and hear his stories. Oh. But I guess we'll see y'all there.
April 2nd and 3rd, Traditional Mid-America Championship held at Cloverdale Conservation Club in Cloverdale, Indiana.
Second leg of the Indiana Traditional Archery Triple Crown will be April 9th and 10th at Ohio River Valley Bowhunters Branchville Conservation Club. You can contact John Fort for more info. Also, you can find those flyers on our Facebook page.
All right, now we've got April 2nd and 3rd, Reading Archery Club, April 2nd and 3rd. Indoor and outdoor ranges located at Berks County, PA. Visit www.readingarcheryclub.com for more information.
And there's going to be a whole bunch of BHA shoots going on the weekend of April 2nd and 3rd as well. BHA Northern Zone, shoot at Jefferson County Bowhunters. The BHA Central Zone in Chilton County. BHA Southern Zone at the Panhandle, Saturday, April 2nd only. And BHA Southern Zone at Russell County Bowhunters, Sunday, the 3rd only. I think that's all of the ones that are for that weekend, BHA wise.
All right, and then we've got April 8th through the 10th, Reinhardt 100 at Augusta Archers in Staunton, Virginia.
All right, April 9th and 10th, there will be another BHA Central Zone Trail Shoot at Tuscaloosa County Bowhunters. Make sure you are following the Bowhunters of Alabama Facebook page. They will post all the info for these shoots as well as having links for each club's Facebook page and website attached.
All right, and then we're going to come over here to the Alabama Society of Traditional Bowmen Children's Hospital Benefit Shoot April 9th and 10th. Live auction on Saturday, so bring your cash and anything you'd like to donate. All of the proceeds go directly to the Children's Hospital of Alabama.
All right, April 23rd, Buck Hollow is going to be hosting an open shoot. Saturday only. I do believe it'll be a Saturday only shoot. That one's located in Dixon, Tennessee with our good buddies, Buck Hollow. And I think, let's see, we've got the Reinhardt 100 at the farm. It's April 29th through May the 1st. Located at 4939 Indiana 111. So that's in New Albany. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Tennessee Classic at the Twin Oaks Bowhunters, April 29th and, through May 1st. That one's located in Chapmansboro, Tennessee. We'll have that flyer posted on our Facebook page as well. Great shoot. Don't want to miss it. And lastly for this episode, we've got Alma Rod and Gun Club 3D Traditional Only Shoot April 30th through May 1st. Located at 1562 County Road 1 and Iron Creek Road in Alma, Wisconsin.
Well, all right, here we go. That's all the shoots.
Or there it went.
Yeah, there it went. Or here it comes.
There
Whoop.
it is.
Oh, man.
Oh, too bad your mic wasn't close enough.
I said it, they heard it.
Let me pull this down so you guys can hear me.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh man, boom, shakalaka, shakalaka. Yeah. So all right,
That's what it sounded like when my arrows was hitting the trees.
Is
Boom,
that- is
Yep.
No, I don't think that's it.
You didn't get to witness my cartwheel shot, but Alan did. My arrow literally went.
Oh my goodness! Like she shot it was it hit the back of the target and then hit the tree and then did
like
this
cartwheeled
and
back
landed
at
like
us.
right in front of it, less than a foot away. I was like,
Parker Shellnuts literally did a circle around.
oh yeah, it did. Oh my goodness.
It went around a bunch of trees and came back at us.
So
We're like,
he,
"Ah."
he shot and it went through and went pop, 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 and landed right in front of him. And then we were on the
Metal
what is the shoot, like the smoker
Iron
shoot?
Man.
Iron Man, yes.
Yeah.
So he was on the Iron Man shoot, and it wasn't Parker. It was it Christian, the oldest
I
one.
wasn't over there yet. I was looking for an arrow.
So the oldest one shot, and it hit the metal, and it came this far from slapping the baby in the face.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa. Like I seen it. I tried to move, and there was nothing you could do. And then after that, everybody ended up having to make a wall in front of the kids. I stood right next to the kids, and as they shot for that metal, like they would shoot, and then I'd kind of lean over in front of them a little bit.
Thank God it wasn't the Iron Baby shoot.
That's crazy.
It was rough. Anyways, that's a whole nother episode, and I'm sure there's a little video. We got some video coming with that shoot. But everybody had a good time, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes,
Randy,
of course.
Filled us in good, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'm excited. Can't
I'm-
wait to meet him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
I'm just thinking about how much spaghetti Brittany's going to have to make for 250 people.
Insane.
Baked spaghetti. What?
I probably
Yeah.
throw enough spaghetti away to
No,
feed 300
we
people.
gotta
I don't know
we
how
got to
make
do
a little
something
bit of
to walk
spaghetti.
away, like where they say Breaking Trad won the cook-off.
Hmm.
What is that?
I bet if we cooked ribeyes, we would take it away.
Well, who gives out the plaques? I mean, if we just give the right amount of money,
Mm.
we might win anyway.
You know what the thing is with that
Gonna
is?
bribe 'em.
So the thing about that is we got to actually have some. So
So we're starting to GoFundMe right now,
If you would like to sponsor us in
Right.
our attempt to win,
and we noticed we were going through the what do you call it? The things on the page where you see the things that
analytics.
analytics. There we go.
Oh, okay, I'm glad
And
you
we
I
noticed-
knew
know.
it. I
Like,
knew
how did
exactly
you
what you was
know
talking
that?
about when you said you see the things on the
Right?
things about the things.
See, I mean, I expected everybody else to. Everybody listens like, oh, I know what he means, analytics. And we noticed
I was
that
lost.
We've got a new person or new people, whatever it is, listening in Hawaii,
In Hawaii.
and we're just saying that we want to come visit you.
Yeah. Just we got to have plane tickets
And
and
we're gonna need you
Room and
we're gonna need you
board.
to provide us for that. 'Cause
Right.
I don't know if you know how much a
bring
plane
us
ticket to
to-
Hawaii
that takes
costs.
us all the
but-
way back around to that needing money thing we were talking about.
Right, right. But if you pay for it, we don't need the money.
I mean,
Right.
tickets are not as bad as you would think. I haven't looked at Hawaii.
Well,
No,
you just read
Hawaii
that.
is definitely as bad as you think. I promise.
It wasn't.
So-
It wasn't when the market crashed there for a little while. You could get crazy tickets.
Yeah, because Kim and Ari was born in Hawaii, so Kim was wanting to go back.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm just
they were
saying it would
she
be
was
cool and
"We
all
should
like
go
that
right
to
now.
go there.
It's real cheap.
Would it not?
It would be great. I would love that.
Well, we do speaking arrangements. We'll speak, and we can also possibly do a live podcast performance
Mm-hmm.
where
Yes.
we come in and we set the gear up, and we can run off my little PA,
Mm-hmm.
and we can just do a
Is
live.
that a dirty joke? Just saying, I'm not taking off my shirt and playing the big drum.
Okay, all right.
Oh my god.
But we do a live performance, and then for a minimal fee. Yeah, but yeah, whatever.
Right?
Mhm.
So whose turn is it this week? It's your turn?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I did it
this
last
is
week.
my turn.
Yep. All right, Brittany.
But I did this. Nose goes. I'm just kidding. All right, Maddie, roll that out.
You-
Joe.
Did you have something you want to say real quick?
You guys got to remember because I forget every
It's
week. All right, one more time.
All right, Maddie, roll that outro.
Are we sure?
Positive.
Roll it.
Okay.
Guys, we're glad you could join us for this week's episode of Breaking Trad. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
You can catch the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
You can contact us at breakingtradpodcast@gmail.com or on Facebook at breakingtradal and on Instagram at breaking_trad. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel.
Remember to subscribe and follow us. That way you'll get notifications every time we drop a new episode.
Join us next week, and remember,
Make every shot count.